Okay, people, good evening, and hope everyone is well, and you've all had a good trading day as well. Okay, so today is the 12th of November. I hear myself, and it's the 12th of November, and this is just the raw footage. Whatever happened today, let's just go over it quickly. Let's share my screen. Yeah, isn't it funny or lovely, nice that I come as I am, no editing, nothing. We just get right to it. But anyway, let's go. So the cues today, another interesting day at the market today. Finally interesting. I think first off, how did it go? Okay, we could see my line in the sand right there. We breached it. And if you're going to go by today or by a few days, we have been having trouble staying above the line. So are we going up? Are we going down? I think the market is struggling. And if you're going to use moving averages, the market's telling you, I'm not sure what next to do. I think the market is always looking up to something. But right now, it's not sure. It's kind of like in a no man's land. And if you're going to see, if I'm going to just quickly put a cheeky drawing over there, this is what I can see. I can see it's gone up, down, and it's just struggling. Well, I mean, it came down, climbed back, struggling right here. So, and that's been happening. Remember, this is a daily time frame, and this has been happening for a couple of weeks now. We should say quite a bit of a low volume uncertainty in the markets. And if I'm going to go with, of course, you've got to always use data. Always use data. Um, few things also we could say. We've been talking about this for a few days now. Michael Berry, he puts a short on NVIDIA, on Palantir, and how are they doing so far? So let's have a look. NVIDIA is, as you can see, seems to be struggling. I think it's got an event coming up on the 25th, by the way. So we can see right there, that's NVIDIA. It's been struggling, it can be the allegation struggling right there. It's just, hugging that line in the middle of a what am I going to call it? As a sine wave. Again, if you're going to look at Palantir, so they're not exactly giving a position. I think the first time they squeezed the shorts, but it seemed to be back. I mean, it stays on business. And look at Palantir, very ugly day today for Palantir as well. Palantir was able to squeeze him out, but it's back to, back to minus. I think it was about, yeah, almost 4%. I think it was worse than that at some point today. Again, so still down. I'm gonna record a different video on my position. How do I feel about the market generally, and where do I think we are? But again, I think AMD had an amazing one, and he had a huge runner. Let's just post what I saw in the news today. Yeah, it was an amazing 9%. Yeah, is this going to go? Is this going to be the next $1 trillion market? I think it's possible. It's possible. This is now 421 trillion. Sorry, 421 billion. Just quickly going to show what it says quickly. Um, let's have a look. There you go. So the shares the I mean, of course you can see this here. The shares of AMD rose, it jumped this morning. I mean, I woke up to see this 8%. Why was it skyrocketing? The surge comes after the CEO Lisa Su stated that the company anticipates the total market for AI data center parts and systems will reach $1 trillion by 2030. Brokerages also raised the price targets on AMD. So there you go. Just about a bit above what it did today. That's amazing. I mean, what drives the market? Sentiment, emotions drive the market, and people believe that. And of course, I've got to say the earnings have been amazing as well. So AMD might be the next. I mean, there was a time people were saying it will flip NVIDIA. Look, I don't know. I go with what I can see. Okay. So that kind of tells us the trend of the market generally. You could say the big ones are slowing down, apart from AMD, which was the biggest mega cap mover of the day. But also, if you look at Circle, what's happening? Circle just poo-pooed the earnings. You can see there, that's a great disaster. And that followed CoreWeave, which I've been, I mean, I'm not exactly bearish, but I was bearish in the short term anyway. CoreWeave, and I've been very open or vocal about this in our trading group. Okay, CoreWeave as well. I really think this is going to see below 80. Definitely. Well, that's what I believe anyway. None of this is financial advice, by the way, guys. Okay, so sometimes, like I said, this could just be an information overload. And I posted a few things in our group today. We talked about, a few things we've been looking at. I think is it INOD? One of those which, it was a short we called anyway at some point in the group. And as you can see, they're all weakening QUBT. It kind of feels like they would never go down when they're happening. But you can see this is all weakening now, RGT and the likes, and the likes of the other quantum. So nothing against them. It's just what we see in the market, and that's how we see. And they all been breaking down, from where it was, been breaking down, MP, LSC. So I think sometimes story drives the market, but again, at the other time, you've got to be able to follow your gut, and you can see them all breaking down. Look, this thing was 100 at some point. It got 100 exactly. Didn't know what they were talking about, the magnet, and it's almost halved right now. But anyway, that's that one. So those are the things we see. Also, I saw a post here about Tesla today. I'm just going to post this here and we just go over it actually. I think Tesla's also broken down as well, but let's see. Okay, so this is something amazing from Morgan Stanley. But firstly, let's look at Tesla. Tesla, great, 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 great stock. We know on the auto side, it's things are not looking as great. But again, Tesla is a company that's pivots towards AI, etc. Musk has had his voting done. So this is what it says. And it says that Morgan Stanley are key drivers for Tesla stock in the next 6 to 12 months. Beyond Elon Musk's trillion pay package, they believe several factors could shape the company, the stock in the coming year. Number one, XAI ties. The financial strategic relationship within Musk AI startup will be crucial given their shared data and software synergies. FSD, Musk's claim that version 14.3 will let drivers text while driving. It marks a major milestone towards algorithm driving. Again, chip production. Musk hinted Tesla may build his own chip fab to scale AI supply and strengthen vertical integration. Network vision could also turn idle cars into a distributed AI cloud, creating a vast swarming intelligence network. I saw this, and I think it's a brilliant, brilliant idea from Elon Musk. Morgan Stanley, they call this development potential long-term catalyst for Tesla's valuation and technology leadership. If you remember, as a macro, Tesla is looking to be, I think, the biggest company by market cap. But so far, so good. It's very, very much early days since they had a Tesla event where these things happen. So we'll see how that goes anyway. Um, what else? What else? Also the Oklo. Let's just quickly look at Oklo. Oklo, that was a great performance today. I think they had earnings. Nothing great from my end because I think I mean look at the valuation. The market cap is at 16 billion. But again, a good news is a good news. Good win is good win. But there you go. It's just something I'm watching. I think this is run by a lot, but then we'll see how it goes. So that's that one. The other thing is, yeah, the government shuts down. So speaking of the government shutdown, I think I was seeing something about the votes coming in to end the shutdown today. I think Democrats are split, but look, it doesn't matter whether they're split or not. The majority might probably go to Republicans. We know, or somehow we are not really looking forward to data in terms of the inflation data and etc. This all data to drive the market. So I think there's something to say we might not see that. And of course, whatever happened to oil today? Crude oil, crude oil sold off 4%. That's a mega, mega one. Again, been super bearish with crude oil for a while. Um, but then we'll see how these things pick up. The screw has been trying not to break below that 55 barrier. But hey, let's see how it goes. Also, my staple cocoa commodities, I've been looking at, like I said, I think I called soybean. So cocoa is just something I'm monitoring on the side. I believe this is gonna, I mean, look at that all the way here, potential upside, then reverse up. See how it goes. It's breaking, and this might be very aggressive. But the other one is soybean. How is soybean looking like? Soybean is actually not been too bad, actually. This, I believe, alongside some other grains, they have been, potentially showing some strength, and we can see just right there for the future. So overall, what else? What else? What else? Okay, we had Cisco as well just today, just this night. Cisco did well, and I didn't really get into the details of the earnings, but Cisco did well. So I think overall, I mean that's a 10% day move, literally. So what we can say is market is fairly balanced. You do have some pulling one way, but we do have some pulling back. You do have some just stable in the middle. I mean, for example, Apple is in the middle of nowhere. So I mean, in terms of what am I doing about this, I'm not too exposed. I've got some cash position, some adjust in spot position, but at the same time, I've got some positions which is just literally riding what I can see. Do I think there's a pullback imminent at some point? We saw one last week, which is great. So you just have to play what you can see. But again, we've got tomorrow. Hopefully, we wake up with some good news about government shutdown being over, and then we can actually trade with live and raw real data. What else do I want to say in my notes here? I think that's about it, really. But until then, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a fairly balanced day today. I think I was looking at SLG today actually, but this is as if you think if you pull out money, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to real estate? I was looking at this one here, but since Mamdani became the mayor in New York, this has actually just been coming down. So pay attention to what's happening around you. But look, it's got a juicy, nice 6% dividend. There's a lot more to look into though. Look, don't buy a falling knife. Know when to get in, when to get out, etc. Know how to play your games. But until then, we shall again probably catch you on the field tomorrow. If you're trading, please trade aware, be careful, risk management first. I always emphasize that. And I shall see everyone tomorrow. Hope everyone stays well, and we should catch again. Take care. Bye bye.